Hi, I'm Riley Vanderveld, and this is my theater final. I'm in a graveyard right now, and this symbolizes the end of life, but it also symbolizes a place where I used to come when I was little, and it was kind of like in a haven for me, an oasis where I could just be whoever I wanted to be and play whatever character I wanted to be. And so I thought, what better place to talk about what theater means to me than the very place where I got to be somebody other than myself. My journey as a theater student started in the 7th grade when I came to collegiate and we were doing clowning, and that's my very first memory as a theater student. Then when it came to high school, it started to get more serious. A very essential part of theater to me was the Rasa boxes, different boxes where you're supposed to go in a different box and express a different emotion. And as an actress, it's always been very hard for me to get on stage and to just do something rather than thinking about what action would be best. Miss Kinnison always tells me that there's always choices, and to work to get the best choice you have to keep acting and keep pushing forward. And my hardest thing for me was thinking about what choice rather than just doing. And so Rasa boxes really helped me because it was more on the spot stuff rather than having to think everything out. A special Rasa box to me was fear and surprise, because those are the hardest things for me to play. Fear really came into play when I played Mercy Lewis in The Crucible. I'm usually so used to playing like the clown character and the really goofy and upbeat, because that's kind of how I am as a person. So having that fear in Rasa boxes helped me to channel how scared I was as a person as Mercy Lewis. Another thing that's really been essential to me as an actress is Sanford Meiser's technique of the back and forth. Miss Kinnison always had us do these for warm-ups, especially last year as a sophomore, where if you were to comment on my green sweater, you would say, "Oh, you have a green sweater. I have a green sweater, you have a green sweater, I have a green sweater." And every single time you try and up the stakes, you try and heighten the goals. So each time there's a different tactic. This also helped me because it broadened my variety of choices. A third thing that's been essential to me in making my transformation from who I was as a 7th grader as to who I am now was Anne Bogart's viewpoints. A special viewpoint for me was topography. This year I got cast in Pygmalion, and this was a big change for me because I had to work on who I was status-wise and who I was in class. And the hardest thing for me is as I stand and I have Rileyisms, and it was hard for me to break those. But topography really challenged me to learn how to angle my body correctly. All in all, I would think my biggest transformation as an actress comes into play with confidence. The very first time I met Miss Kinnison, I was a little 7th grader. The very first play I tried out with, I didn't make it. I only made it because somebody else dropped out. But I've never been more excited to see that little post-it where Miss Kinnison told me that I had a shot. And now here I am, my junior year, the very end, and I can honestly say that I owe half of my confidence to theater. It shaped the way I carry myself, how I speak as a person. Miss Kinnison always says that the way you move through space and the way you speak in space defines you. I honestly believe that. Without theater, I don't know where I would be as a person. Theater's a healer.